Welcome to AI Equation, the show where we share top AI news, use cases, stories from thought leaders, and the developments in the AI space. Today on the show, we're going to talk about a lot of things related to marketing. But before we do, I want to welcome my co-host, of course, Jacob, who's been doing the news here for many, many months. Welcome to the show, Jacob.
Thanks for having me, Alex. Glad to have you here as well.
Yeah, so we've been just catching up on all this news that's happening month in, month out, and you've been doing that. So how do you like that?
Oh, it's great. It's great to really share and hear a lot of the new stuff that's happening in the space of AI. So it's a great thing.
So walk me through our process here at the AI Equation podcast. As some of the listeners know, and those who follow us on social media or those who follow our newsletter. And if you're not following our newsletter, definitely check it out. But for those who are, we have the web app Article Factory. But then for the AI Equation podcast, our team here has been producing. And when I say producing, we put quite a bit of work in curating the best stories because there's so much misinformation out there, even within AI. And for us, that process of curating the best stories with, really reliable sources is truly important. So talk to me about that process for a second and sort of like give us a behind the scenes of how you've been producing the podcast.
So producing the show, we go find stories from reputable sources, and we kind of go back and forth throughout the week about these. And then we take those and, boil it down to, a minute per story or so to give people nice, quick updates about what we think that people need to know, record, edit, and release it to everyone who's, listening to the show.
It's funny. A question that I've had from several people is are you guys producing all the content using AI? And is Jacob even real? Is he an AI voice? And no, the answer is no and no and no. So here's the thing. In my experience, and see if you agree with this statement, Jacob. I mean, yes, we are using AI to assist us in curating and writing some basic scripts, bullet points, titles, descriptions, like the basic things. But at the end of the day, from start to finish, all the way down to recording and releasing the episode, I would estimate that 70% of what we're doing is human centric. What do you think?
Definitely. I think 70% is a good number. I mean, kind of like what we talked about in this episode, I think we use the tools to our advantage, the AI tools that are out there. But there still has to be the human touch to creating the episodes so that it, like you said, doesn't sound like a robot reading it.
Yeah. And we did try a few weeks ago. I don't know if you remember. Actually, maybe about a month ago, we tried using play.ht, which is a great piece of software that I've used in the past to be able to clone. You can either clone the voice or choose one of hundreds of voices, but it just was nothing like what you could produce for the news. So you got to keep your job, Jake.
Definitely. I was happy about that.
Yeah, and I think that's what it comes down to. So for today's episode, we're going to get into really marketing and walk through all the different ways and tools. And of course, in this one episode, we won't be able to cover everything that is happening in marketing. And we definitely recommend that you check out Article Factory for blog creation. But there's so much more than just blogging when it comes to marketing. And so we're going to talk about that today. But first, let's unveil the use cases that define AI's role in marketing. The world of marketing has evolved rapidly, and AI is at the forefront of this transformation. AI is redefining how businesses engage with customers, making it more personalized and efficient. Efficiency, to me, equals productivity. And so productivity for any business at any level means that you can generate more revenue and be able to do more for your community, do more for your staff. Now, one of the most prominent applications is personalized marketing. So AI-driven systems, what they do is analyze large data sets to understand consumer preferences and behavior while enabling marketers to tailor their content and offer the specific offers to specific target audiences. What this does is it leads to better customer engagement and higher conversion rates. AI is also becoming a key player in the content creation space. One of our sponsors here on the show is Article Factory, article-factory.ai. It's an app that allows you to create content in bulk using few keywords and topics in multiple languages. And we've talked about it here on the show. And of course, we will share it in the show notes. So these content assistants are powered by typically OpenAI, if not Bard or Anthropic. They can generate really high quality content as they are large language models that are also simultaneously scraping the web, right? This saves marketers time and effort, allows you to be more creative and expand what you're already doing. These AI-driven systems are able to create everything from blog posts to product descriptions to landing pages to case studies and, of course, social media content as well.
Thanks, Alex. Now let's look at the world of AI tools that are empowering marketing professionals. So AI content assistants are gaining a huge popularity in the marketing realm, and they assist in generating content, reducing the burden on marketers while maintaining the quality and relevance of the content. And tools like ChatGPT, like you mentioned, articlefactory.ai as well, have made content creation more efficient and creative. AI has also crept into the AI agents as a tool, and these virtual assistants never tire and can handle repetitive tasks like data analysis and customer communication on your website. And these AI agents free up marketers to focus on strategic thinking and creative campaigns while handling the more monotonous side of the business. And predictive AI insights are also a great tool for marketers now. Tools like Google Analytics can now be powered by AI algorithms that forecast trends and consumer behavior, providing marketing teams with the insights they need for campaign planning. Now let's look at our story of the day, which revolves around HubSpot, a company that's making waves in the marketing world with its cutting-edge AI tools. HubSpot is transforming the landscape of marketing and sales with a suite of new AI features. Their tireless AI agents take on repetitive tasks, making marketing operations smoother and more efficient. And it not only saves time, but it also allows marketing professionals to focus on strategy and creativity. So HubSpot's AI content assistants are also setting new standards for content creation for marketers. These tools can generate high quality content and make marketing campaigns more effective and engaging. The predictive AI insights offered by HubSpot are also going to be a major advantage for marketing professionals. With their algorithms predicting trends in consumer behavior, marketing teams can craft more effective campaigns and deliver a personalized experience to their audience. HubSpot's AI tools are at the forefront of the future of marketing and sales, and they are transforming how businesses can interact with their customers and prospects. And the marketing landscape is evolving rapidly, as we've kind of discussed in this episode, and AI seems to be the driving force behind these transformative changes.
I 100% agree with that, Jake, and definitely HubSpot. When it comes to content, inbound marketing, they invented inbound marketing, and over the years, I can't tell you how much I've learned from those guys. And of course, their software is it's like any other CRM / email marketing / it does a lot of different things. I would not recommend it to solopreneurs because it's quite robust. For entrepreneurs who are just looking to create content, you can do that outside of a software like HubSpot. But as far as like taking marketing to a new level, obviously we have competitor tools like Jasper. We've mentioned them here before. And you're going to see that with all these different tools, whether it's HubSpot, Article Factory, Jasper, Writer, Sonic, you've got what else? Copy AI. I mean, there's so many tools out there right now. If you go to, there's an AI for that.com. And you know what's interesting, Jake? When I was looking at there's an AI for that, is the URL is there's an AI for that.com, which you would think that it's .ai, but it's not. I just realized that. But anyways, it's a directory for AI apps. And I look at it right now to date. I remember when I looked at this directory back in November, that was a year ago. There were less than 300 AI apps. Now we're up to, it says here, 8,891 AI tools for 2,322 tasks and 4,800 jobs. So believe me, whatever your job is, there is a taskmaster or an AI assistant that can help you do your job better. And so that's kind of the point about today's episode, is to really talk about marketing. And we're only touching on a few different ways that you can make your job better here.
Now, also today, we are highlighting the work of Geoffrey Hinton, a professor at the University of Toronto, from the Time 100's most influential people in AI. Geoffrey Hinton, a pioneering AI researcher, had a profound realization in February this year. He'd spent his career striving to model AI systems after the human brain. However, he suddenly acknowledged that current digital intelligence might already surpass the human brain in some aspects, although not yet scaled to its magnitude. This revelation led Hinton to leave his position at Google and embark on a mission to raise awareness about the potential perils of superhuman AI. He expressed remorse for his role in its development and his concerns about the technology surpassing human control. Geoffrey Hinton's lineage is marked by luminaries, including mathematicians and surgeons. His enduring fascination with the human brain led him to a career in AI, beginning with a PhD at the University of Edinburgh in the 1970s. Hinton persisted with neural networks, an unpopular AI approach at the time. His dedication paid off when he and his students dominated the prestigious ImageNet competition in 2012, showcasing the potential of neural networks. Hinton and his students garnered attention from tech giants soon after. They formed a shell company and received multi-million-dollar offers from Google, Microsoft, Baidu, and DeepMind. Hinton chose Google Brain in 2013, where his work continued to advance AI. Geoffrey Hinton's contributions popularized neural networks, driving advancements in image recognition, language comprehension, and self-driving cars. However, his concerns about the risks of superhuman AI have prompted him to raise awareness and engage with policymakers. While Hinton acknowledges the theoretical risks of AI, he believes the next generation of scientists holds the key to addressing them. He's now focused on explaining AI intricacies to the public and working to ensure responsible AI development.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the more impressive thought leaders in that space. And of course, we've been focusing, for those of you who listen to the podcast on a daily basis, you know that Jake here has been sharing Time 100's, their leaders, their shapers, thinkers, and innovators. These are like the top people on the list, but we're also looking at other companies and thought leaders that may not be getting the same kind of attention, and we're following them across the web, on LinkedIn, and on different newsletters as well. And we'll bring those to you. So it's not just going to be Time's 100 most influential people in AI. We want to make sure we get that in front of you. But definitely Geoffrey Hinton, he is one of the top pioneers, the godfather, as many call him. When I watched him earlier this year, I think it was they covered him on 48 or 60 Minutes or on PBS, one of the shows. I was just, wow, really impressed the fact that this guy's been doing this for a decade. And that's just really cool to see someone go through that kind of dedication, where now he's walked away from it because he thinks it's not, they're not, I don't know if they're not using it ethically so much at this point. I just think that he must know something that we don't. And hopefully we'll bring those stories to our listeners, right, Jake?
Right, Alex. The turnaround for Hinton is pretty crazy to read about.
So, it's been a great episode, and we're going to keep bringing you these episodes where Jake and I co-host the show. When possible, we're going to bring on guests. We definitely want to bring on some of these thought leaders. We're going to continue to do the news and cover different tools that are going to be covered here in the month of November. So we'll talk about two different groups that Jake and I really created a strategy that would give us the opportunity to serve two audiences here on the show, which is, in many cases, it fits both criteria, the business side and the personal side. So when we look at the business side, we think of, marketing, sales, HR, tech, finance. When we look at the personal side, there are things like education, healthcare, misinformation. And each episode will focus on some of those blocks and the developments that are coming from AI. And then of course, we'll break it up into sharing some tools, sharing some stories, and then of course, some use cases so that you, as a listener, can have pretty much like the most up-to-date information on an AI. So thanks for tuning in to another episode of the AI Equation. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving us a review and sharing the show with your friends. Can't wait to bring you more AI insights on the next episode.